Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Crafters TV. We are going to wrap your Monday up in style with the second instalment of the Craft Vault. Really excited to have you with us. Really excited to have your company. We've got great deals and we're focusing on everything Spectrum Noir in this show. Great start to the show, guys. Stay there. Sorry, stay there. I forgot my notes. Everything Spectrum Noir is what we're talking about in this show, which is fantastic. Do you know what? Loads of you, you're all chatty cafes tonight. Everyone is chatting away. Tina's in, I can see Shannon, Susie, Lynn, Karen, Chris, Mary, Fred, all in and saying hello. I'd love to have a natter with you this evening. Well, this evening here in the UK, it could be afternoon, it could even be morning still if you are a West Coaster. Facebook, Crafters TV, remember that's where you can get in touch with me there, and across on YouTube, of course, by searching Crafters Companion also. Should we just dive right in and have a look at what's coming up in the show? I think we should. We only have an hour, so we better crack on, haven't we? Very, very busy show earlier today at 11 AM UK time. These were very popular. It's the Water Reactive Ink Pads. You've got the Shore Bale, the Crushed Velvet, and the Spar Blue. You buy 3 ink pads, you get the blending tool for free. Very, very busy on that one. Next, oh, the Sparklings. These are gorgeous. It is a cool Christmas. You're going to get 3 pieces there. You're also going to buy, you buy the inks in the card, the watercolor card stock, we're going to give you the Pebeo drawing gum for free, which is awesome because the Pebeo drawing gum is so often out of stock. So it's great that we've got stock and you can get it today for free, which I love. Now, we also have the Colorblind Pencils for you. It's the Essentials Collection. We're going to give you a 15% discount on the pencils and we're going to throw the pencil sharpener in for free as well, which I think is absolutely blooming awesome, don't you? We've got some classics on the show for you as well. It is the basic 6-piece collection. And what you're going to get in this bundle is you're going to get the chisel fine nib replacements for free. So basically, it's replacement nibs for all of the pen in that bundle. Oh, got that in the end. Do you want more replacements? Maybe you've already got your classics and you absolutely adore them. We've got these here for you. This is the replacement nibs there. You've got 36 there for £5.98. You buy 2, you get 1 free, which is brilliant. Maybe it's the illustrators you're after. The illustrator is so awesome. That beautiful Japanese brush nib that you've got on there. Again, you're getting the replacement nibs there totally free of charge, which is awesome. Maybe you just want to go for the replacements. Maybe you already got your illustrators. Then you can. You buy 2, you get 1 free here in this configuration, which is awesome. We've also got the Yupo paper as well. Oh, limited stock on that one. So if you want to, you will need to be quick for that. Right, very busy show earlier. We're going to come back and have a look firstly at the Finesse ink pads that we've got on the show for you, because if you love your stamping and colouring, then absolutely these are the ones for you, which is fantastic. So in here, you're going to receive the Noir Black and the Flagstone waterproof, and then the Watermark translucent clear. The Noir Black and the Flagstone are this one and this one just here. So they are the 2, top left, bottom right, are the 2 that you are getting included. Loads of you still chatting away. Rowena's saying hi. Maddie's in from Oxford. Marilyn's in too. Loads of you snapping up these great deals. And keeping in touch with us. Right, Debbie, so busy on this ink pad collection earlier. This is a great essential trio, isn't it?
It's amazing, Joe. It's the 3 that you can't be without if you love your stamping, if you love your colouring, anything you do with your ink pads. These are great how you do. So I've got the 3 in front of me. I'm going to start off with some really quick demos exactly explaining what their uses are and what they're for. So I'm going to start off with our Noir Black, which is our alcohol proof. So first of all, I've got a stamp on my platform. We've got our lovely little dog that I'm using here, and I'm going to stamp this one, and it is exactly what it says on the tin. So alcohol proof, it's got an alcohol marker, so absolutely plain and simple. It's for only your alcohol colouring. It does mean you can use it for your pencil colouring, anything like that, but absolutely no watercolouring. But what it does mean is you are going to get amazing stamping every single time. So all this small detail and all of this dog is going to be stamped out, and I'm just going to quickly go in with my marker. Oh, was trying to be too quick then and go straight over the top, and I'm saturating that with my alcohol pen, and you can see not one piece of that is bleeding at all. I've got the perfect image still on that. Now, you're not going to do that with your stamped image, but that is to really show how amazing. I was going to say,
your colouring's not up to much tonight.
Did you notice, Joe? But yeah, you have got no lines on there. So that's a really good way of showing that you are getting the perfect stamping if you use your alcohol proof with your alcohol markers. So that's our first one. Our next one is our waterproof. Exactly the same, but it's the opposite. So this time I'm going to grab myself some watercolour card. We have got some on the show. Pop this into place. I'm going to use the same stamp. And this time what we're going to do is use that ink on top. So the lovely thing I really like is I haven't got to think too much about it. I can see it's got a paintbrush on it. I can take it. I know I'm going to be putting water on it. If I want my alcohol, I see it has a pen on there. I can just grab it and take it. So that's what's great about these ink pads. It's all self-explanatory on the actual packaging. So this time we're going to be using our water, and I'm going to be doing a demo which really does show how water resistant this really is. So I'm going to stamp this on here, and then straight away I'm actually going to pour a bit of water on.
Oh,
now,
what do you like?
I've put quite a pool in on there. Let's move that about. But how amazing is that? I mean, we've literally got water there, and it's just not doing anything, Joe, because that will keep, I mean, look, I've even wiped over that.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's so amazing, because I've even had ink pads that have said they do that, but as soon as you put a lot of water on, you get that going over. But that is quite amazing for an ink pad.
So if you were new to stamping, I mean, these are the three ink pads that are the start of anyone's stamping journey, really, aren't they, Debbie?
Oh, totally, absolutely. And they are, that's why I say, I know it's really bold, but when you first get into stamping, they are the three you can't do without, because whatever you're stamping, you're going to need colouring mediums to go on there. So whether you're using your sparkle ink pots, your aquatint ink pots, your sparkle pens, your watercolour markers, anything like that, then you are going to need your the one we just used, which is the waterproof ink pad. And we've got it in Flagstone. And Flagstone, to me, Joe, is the best colour you can use, because it's not quite black, but it's that one shade down, so it doesn't make it look so harsh, which is a great one. But then you have got that Noir black, which is a really nice lay down of colour. So our next one, we've got our watercolour translucent, our watermark. Now we call it a watermark because it actually marks where you're going to put your embossing. And I say embossing because we're going to use heat embossing. I am going to actually do it on watercolour card, because I'm going to, and we won't be able to see it too clearly, but I'm going to use this afterwards to when we use our Sparklings, and we can do a wash over it and show exactly how great it is. Now your ink pad will come completely clear. Mine's very mucky. Joe's got a nice clean one that he can show you. It doesn't matter that I've got that mucky. It's only because I don't clean my stamps, as you can see, when I use them. I'm sure lots of stampers don't do that either. I'm making sure.
Mine's lovely and clean, look.
Oh, look at that, Joe. You're just showing off now. Yeah, so yours will come to you like that. Now I like to do a couple of stamping just to make sure that I've got all that image stamped out. So I am just going to, I've stamped that out. I mean, I can see, because I'm actually taking my the darkness from the ink before. It won't affect my stamp pad at all. And it doesn't matter what colour it is, whether it's mucky or not, because the embossing powder will go over that, and you won't be able to see it.
Looking at your coloured in dog, Shannon says sometimes I just feel like colouring like that.
Sometimes what?
Shannon says she sometimes feels like colouring just like you did that dog.
Yeah, just do it like that. Just
yeah,
do
that'll
that.
do.
Yeah,
done with that. I'm finished.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that one sometimes.
Marisol's got a headache in Rochester, New York.
Oh, not good.
No, not good. But she says she is addicted to watching us, even with a headache. So there you go. Jeffrey says, good evening, Debbie and Joe, and everyone behind the scenes. It's -8 degrees C in New Hampshire. Oh, -8, Debbie.
I don't want to, I don't even want to imagine that, Joe. So while you're chatting,
cold.
Joe, I'm just going to be heat embossing.
Christine says, I bought the Yupo paper. What do I use it for and with what ink? So I'll get Debbie to answer that in just a minute. Shannon says that Debbie is doing the demo I want to learn with the Sparklings. Well, there you go. Lots of you still chatting away as well. Mary says, hello everybody in the gallery. I hope you're all doing well. How are you doing in the gallery? Good. George she's thinking about dinner. George, well, both Georges are very much thinking about their dinner, Mary. George squared, they're thinking about what they're going to have after the show. Debbie, you always give us such good tips. I learned so much from you. Says Kay Restad, how nice is that? So yeah, loads and loads of love coming in. Very busy, of course, on the website as well. Remember, if you want to click the shop the show button, that's the best thing to do, see everything in the show. And if you want to watch the shelf at the same time, that all happens over on the website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu.
I hope you wasn't talking to me in any of that, Joe, because I really didn't hear it.
Oh, you should have heard the things I said about you. I called you everything with a cat or a dog.
But I've actually missed, some of this hasn't gone on very well, Joe, so I'm not sure we'll be able to do the same technique that I was planning. But it doesn't matter. What you'll see is there's a resist technique onto here, but it won't cover completely. But we will show a bit of that later on.
Awesome.
So that's what your translucent is for. When you put it on, you can see the part that has took there has gone white, and you can then paint over that and still get that white outline, which is amazing.
Awesome. So Yupo Papers. Christine Coppenrath wants to know what she can do with the Yupo Papers, Debbie.
Oh, you know what? Anyone that loves their messy crafts.
Yupo or Yupo?
It's Yupo.
Yupo,
yes,
okay.
Yupo paper. And it sells out time and time again, and it takes a while to come back in. So if you want some, it's limited stock, so that's why. It's brilliant for doing all your resist techniques. I tell you what it is, Joe, it's like paper plastic. So it's
I'm going to open it up and have a feel.
It means you can do lots of different designs on it with your ink. So you need your alcohol-proof ink, so a re-inkers. Any re-inkers you can use that we use to fill the pens up, you use it on them and it just creates the most amazing backgrounds.
It's really weird. It's like photo paper, but it's matte. You know, like you get a Polaroid on, that sort of shiny plasticky feeling. It's like that, but it's matte. But it's got a bit of texture to it, yeah. Oh, Christine, let me know how you get on. I'm sure you'll find some tutorials online for it. But yeah, there's lots of pictures of wonderful alcohol inks on the front of here. Very busy on those. I'm not going to be able to get this back in now, am I? Yeah, I am, it's fine. Loads of interest on the ink pads. If you want to grab them. The great thing is about the ink pad deal is that you're saving a third. Now, something like a 30% saving, we'd normally save that for, if you were buying, I don't know, a 23-piece ink pad collection. So to get that kind of saving on a 3-piece ink pad collection is absolutely incredible. Do make sure you grab it. £9.98 or $14.90 if you want to get your hands on that. Right, loads of you chatting away. It's whoa, hang on a minute. Lee Allen on YouTube says it is minus 26 degrees Celsius in Calgary, but minus 38 degrees C with a wind chill. Oh, I mean, it's a wonder you've not frozen. Julie says she's so glad she's here today. I think she means here with us at Crafters TV, not where she physically is. I don't know, maybe she means both. Fred says, please tell George his video and drone use made for a fascinating interview on Wake Up. Cool, there you are. Shannon says Yupo, he very much appreciates that, Fred. Yupo paper is great with the re-inkers. Pamela says, can you use I'll try that again. Can you use the jar glitter inks with the Yupo paper?
The jar glitter inks.
Sparklings.
Well, no, they're not. It's not designed for that, so they wouldn't dry on it, Joe, because it's plastic. Alcohol will dry because it evaporates. The Sparklings are very different because they're water-based. So you need an alcohol ink to go on the Yupo
paper. So they need to be able to
paper.
soak into something.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome.
So, no.
Thank you for that. If you want us to get in touch with us, you want to have a little chat with us, then absolutely you can. Just drop into the Facebook live feed, the Crafters TV one, or of course across on our YouTube channel. Right, let's go. We're going back to Debbie. What next, Debbie?
Yeah, we are. We're going to go to our illustrators because These are the creme de la creme of the alcohol markers. So these are the high end. These have the Japanese brush, which is amazing. And it has a really fine bullet nib as well, which is great. The pack that we're doing with these, Joe, is a really nice colour and probably a bit weird with the stamp I'm using, but it's a stamp that we use because it really shows the brush strokes that you get with it. So I'm carrying on with the dog for this demo. I'm bringing in my Finesse alcohol proof die, and we're going to use this one to stamp our dog because I know that using my illustrators, which are alcohol based, they're going to colour this beautifully. So let's pop on here and stamp this little dog out. So we've got our lovely little Shih Tzu there. I'm going to take him off the board and we're going to do a bit of colouring. These are amazing markers and you really will see a difference. Even the feel of them in your hand, how you're stroking them down onto your cardstock make a massive difference. So I'm just going to go in with one colour because what I really want to do with these is show that brush nib more than anything else because it's the reason why people go for the illustrators. And I would say if you could treat yourself today to a marker, go for this pack of illustrators because they really are amazing. You've got this beautiful, I mean that is such a gorgeous brush nib. It's very soft, it's an amazing nib. And then you've got this bullet nib which is tiny, so if you like your writing as well you can write with that and it's just amazing. So I'm going to use the brush nib to start with and we're going to start on this dog, and it's really easy because the pen itself is very comfortable in the hand, so it's ergonomical. You're going to be able to do, if I just do some brush strokes up like this, I'm just tickling the actual ends of the brush there, and then we can go in and put some really, can you see how we can create that fur just by stroking into that fur, which looks incredible. And we can just then keep layering up, and that's just using one colour. So imagine when you're putting other colours in, how you can really create that fur, which it's amazing. So I love... And
you've got a little Shih Tzu, haven't you?
I have got a Shih Tzu, yes. My one's a little black and white one, Tia.
Ah.
Yeah, she's an old girl though, and you would say, she has no teeth. She's deaf.
Aww, how old is she?
She's 14 now.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah, so she is quite an old girl, but she is so lovely.
I love dogs when they get really old, you know.
I know.
Especially girl dogs. I feel like there's something really endearing about really old girl dogs. I don't know what it is. Just like lovely old girls. I don't know. It really is lovely. Sarah saying she loves the brush nibs on here. Yvonne says, honestly, Joe, once it gets past 20 below, it just doesn't matter. It is cold. We'll be in the deep freeze in Wisconsin for the next week. It is winter in the Midwest. We are a hearty bunch. Marilyn says, I have a sizable amount of illustrators. Purchased a large set during birthday week. Oh, treat yourself, Marilyn. They are awesome. And I know I said this earlier, Debbie, but Leanne was explaining to me that the nib, the Japanese brush nib alone costs more to produce than the rest of the pen combined. And that really is, I think, what sets it apart from other things that are out there on the market. Because if you went and looked at the market leader or brand leader in the market to get a pen of this quality, I think it's safe to say we'd be talking 2, 3, 4 times this price?
Oh, totally. Yeah, absolutely, Joe. And I've had people say to me literally that they think these are better than some of the leading brands. So, I mean, you'd have to work that out for yourself, but they are truly amazing to use. The colour in them is just amazing. The lay down is amazing, but it's the fact that we can use this nib to just create the most amazing sort of fur techniques. I mean, you don't have to use them for fur or texture, but they're really nice just by creating them, just by flicking. And actually, this isn't colouring, is it, Joe? This is actually just flicking. That's all we're doing, is just flicking that colour down. And you can just keep going over, you can layer those colours down. I mean, we're doing a very unusual coloured dog, but I'm doing it because these are the colours that you've got in your
Which colour marker are you using there, someone's asking, Debbie?
So this one is...
Kay's asking.
I'd have to look at the... so we've got the tones, and it's the Old China in the tones. So I'm not going to do any more there. What I am going to do...
East End, someone from the East End, right, me old China?
Oh, right, China.
It's like a slang word, isn't it? For like, right, me old China? Have you not heard that one before?
I have, yeah, but I haven't heard it for a long time.
It's a term of endearment for someone that maybe is slightly older than you, I'd imagine. Me old China.
Yeah, quite possibly, yes, yeah. So I'm going in with that bullet nib, and the flow of that is just as good if you're using the brush nib. It's a really soft lay down. The actual nib on here, although it's a bullet nib and it's a tough nib, it feels soft when you lay that down. I'm really not hardly touching the paper at all. I'm just popping that colour down and just creating that effect on his collar. So we won't do no more than that because I know we've got plenty to show, Joe, but I'm going to bring in my finished dog so you can see we've just popped him on here. We've made a little card. If I bring him round, you can see just a really nice, simple one. And I have to tell you, I did that literally 5 minutes before the show and made it into a card. So it shows you how quick. Yeah, and it just shows you how quickly you can put just a little card together. And there you go.
Fabulous. Lots of you loving these. Is the brush nib on the tri-blend brush markers the same as the nib on the illustrators? I've had this conversation with Leanne. No, it isn't. The nib on the tri-blend brush pens is brilliant, but the nib on the illustrators is like world class, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Can you do that again? Can you show me the hand action that describes it? Oh, chef kiss. It's chef kiss.
Creme de la creme,
it really is. Yeah, they are. I mean, they are a professional grade marker that you're looking at there with those ones. Dee says, I have a Shih Tzu Lhasa mix rescue that is 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
Same shape as Debbie's. She is my grand puppy. How cute is that? Marisol, you have the best name. Marisol Oldenburg, her name is on YouTube.
Wow.
What an interesting name. Marisol, where is that from? Where are you? I'd love to know. Marisol Oldenburg's a great name. It's nice to see how you can use those pens. I love that technique. Crafty AJ says, I finally got the full set of illustrators. Oh, talk about treat yourself. 216 awesome colours. Thanks to Crafts Companion. You make the flicking look so relaxing, says Yvonne. And Mary says, what a cute card, Debbie. Love heart emoji. Let me share with you what you're getting in here. So remember, you're getting the illustrators, which is fantastic. You've got in here, let me show you the swatch. So you've got these here. So you've got Smoky Blue, Old China, Wisteria, Dusty Purple, Pink Lace, and Vintage Pink. Really lovely colours for bullet journaling. I think they'd be perfect for that. Anything like that, organisers or journals. And you're going to get the replacement nibs with them as well, which is fantastic value. Now, I've also got the Water Reactive collection available for you on the show. The great thing about the Water Reactive collection is just its blendability. If you want to distress, you want to just get something a little inky around the outside, look at how you're able to blend those colours in. And the way that they blend onto the paper, they also blend seamlessly into each other as well. 3 nice colours in here for you. You've got Straw, Crushed Velvet, and the Spar Blue. And we're going to give you the blending tool included as well with those 2 spare refills, which is absolutely fantastic. Very, very busy for that. $14.97 there, or $20.85. We've also got the Sparklings available for you on the show as well. Now, the Sparkling in there, you're getting the Cool Christmas are the 3 colours that you are getting. You just can't see those Sparklings there. Let me just grab them for you. You've got the Cool Christmas. You've then got the 15 sheets of the card. And you've got the masking fluid as well. Now, you're not paying for the masking fluid in here, which is awesome. So it means that you can grab that. You get 45 mils of that totally for free. It's so often sold out. So it's really lovely that we were able to get all of that in your collection. Right, pencils. We've got you covered there. We've got the Colorblind pencils. Now, these are our artist quality pencils. They are a blendable wax pencil. So it means that you can blend colours together. You can layer colours over each other. No filler, no talc, awesome pigment and beautiful, beautiful quality. Leanne works so hard with product development to get these absolutely spot on for you. And I would say of all of the Spectrum Noir products, this was the one I found the most surprising. I just thought, To be honest, I think because you use pencils as a kid at school, you think that they're just not proper or grown up. And that is because you're, not using the best pencils. But this was one of the products that surprised me the most of all the products. And you guys absolutely love them. I know Mary in Tennessee was speaking about earlier, who was messaging in. She adores these and does loads of different projects with them. If you've got anything in the show, by the way, that you want to share with us, some of your colouring projects, I would love to see them. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Susan says, some amazing products, never been disappointed. Oh, that's really lovely to know. Mary says, I am cutting my papers for craft alongs while watching the show. Laura saying, very fun to use a colour like that though. And Sam McDonald has got a Shih Tzu called Henry, who is 80 years old. Gosh, it'd be an old Shih Tzu, wouldn't it? 8 years old, not 80 years old, bless him. Now, the Colorblind pencils, Debbie, just beautiful and great to use in conjunction with your alcohol markers as well.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite techniques is to use your pencils with your alcohols as well. So we're going to do the classics, so the alcohol, and then what we're going to do is when we do the pencils, we'll show how they go over on those.
Beautiful.
So what we've got, Joe's going to show us what we've got in them first.
So in here, you're getting the basics in here, which is awesome. You've got the poppy, the nectarine, the canary, the emerald, the true blue, the purple, really lovely, bold, vibrant primary colours. And you're going to get as well those replacement nibs in there as well, which is fantastic. Lynn says you just can't go wrong with the whole Spectrum Noir brand, whichever medium you use, they are fantastic. Thanks for that, Lynn. It's really nice to hear. But classics, sorry, I was jumping the gun, wasn't I there, Debbie?
No, I think I was,
oh, were
Joe.
You?
Yeah, I think it was me, yes. I'm always so eager to show the samples because it really shows off the pens and what you can do with them and how you can blend them. So, and I really adore the sample packs that we've put into these because they're the things that you're going to... This one adds vibrancy, really gorgeous colours in here that look amazing. And you can see how we can blend these colours together and how gorgeous they look. And using all your stamps that you've got at home, your digital stamps. I mean, look at this, using your pens, your watercolor pens in the background, but look at the bird coloured in the blues and the yellows that are in this collection. These are absolutely amazing pens to use, and we're going to show exactly why. So even though there's a place for the illustrator, there's also a place for your classics. So if you are someone that doesn't have any alcohol markers, these are a great one set to go for, to try out, to see what they're like, to just test those colours out before you venture into any sort of blending. So what we are going to do is I'm just going to stamp out my flower. So I've got a flower and a leaf here, so we're just going to stamp these out, pop them onto our board and get this out here. And then we're just going to do a little bit of colouring. Naturally, I think we'll use this, we'll see if we can finish the flower and then we'll use it to go over with our pencils when we bring our pencils in. So I'm going to use my yellows and oranges because I think I can blend these colours quite well together. So I'm going to start first of all with my reds. And I'm just going to come round. Now, alcohol colouring is very different from watercolouring because it dries quite quickly. So what I would say, when you're blending, blend straight away. So concentrate on one leaf at a time. So we're actually taking that in because what you want to do, and when we say blending, Joe, I'll show you actually what I mean. What we don't want to do is we don't want to see where the line ends. So you can see there where I've done my red, it's going into that orange, but we're actually getting a smooth blend. So just go back over that line. Now because the orange is my lighter colour, it will slightly dilute because it's got the most alcohol content in it, but you can see that's blending. If I was to just colour these, and then if I leave that just for a little while, and then I'll carry on with this one. So just putting some colour in to that centre to allow that red to come through. And then go straight in with my orange. My two are blending beautifully, so you can't see where one colour ends. I'm just going to go to the end here. But if I was to then go back into that red one, so let's pretend this one I've used when my my pen end is, can you see I've got a blunt line? There's no blending in that. I can't then blend into those colours.
Because it's dried?
Because it's dried quite quickly, yes. Where this one, because it's still quite wet, I can go back in afterwards and re-wet it, and then we can then go in with our red one and have that come blending into each other. We can just go out a little bit more with that, then go back in. And just those edges, all I'm doing is touching the edges so they're blending in together, but you want to do it at the same time. Now with the classics, what you do have is you have a bullet nib, which I'm using, but you also have your chisel nib for big colouring. So if you've got a lot of colouring to do, it's a really good way to lay down quick colour. So just going around on all these edges. And then I'm going to lay down the red again.
Lynn Harvey's got an alarm set on her phone for every show.
Oh, wow.
Do you know you can do that quite easily on so if you use the Facebook app, on the app you can go to Crafters TV and then there's a bell and you can set a bell, you press the bell and it'll give you a notification every time we go live. That's what mine does. So every time we go live, it gives me a notification. 10 minutes before we go live, it lets me know. Like I didn't know already, I'm here most of the time. My
thing is though, Joe, is I have a notification for each of the channels. Yeah, it's all the same.
Oh, do you?
So my notification goes off one after the other. Because I get notified when it goes on to the Crafters TV page, when it goes on to the Crafters Companion UK page, when it goes on to the Crafters Companion USA page, and I get those notifications every time they go on.
You're never going to miss a show. I know that if my phone vibrates and I'm not in the studio and my mic on, I need to get a wiggle on, is what I need to know. That's how I use it. Jean says, my original Spectrum Noirs are still juicy. They're from when I watched Siren Create and Craft years ago.
Wow.
Absolutely, they are great quality that you've got here. Mary says, hi Joe and Debbie, just enjoying a wee bit of Monday evening crafting whilst watching you both. And Kay saying that, love those colours together, Debbie. They do work really well together, don't they?
They look amazing, don't they? Yeah, really nice together. And they blend beautifully. But that is all thanks to the pens, because the pens are so amazing. And then I'm just going to finish that last one off, and if it's okay with everyone, I think we should go straight into showing how they work with the pencils, because although this looks lovely, we can really enhance with the pencils, and I just love them, Joe, because they're so easy to use. And actually it's one of my favourite colouring things to do is to use your pencils over the top of your alcohol markers.
Very, very busy on the website for this deal at the moment. Oh, Lynn gets all the notifications as well. I mean, Lynn, that's the best way. You know you're never going to miss one that way, don't you? But you can just have it, if you just have the Crafters TV one switched on and get the notifications from that one, then it gives you all of them, is what I found. So that's my top tip anyway. But yeah, if you want to be notified when we go live, then just hit the little button, that's it. We'll let you know, which is brilliant. But don't worry, if you can't make any of our shows live, you can watch them all back anytime you like on Facebook, on YouTube, or across on our website. And remember, it's the website where you can watch and shop at the same time, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu.
So I'm going to bring my pencils in. Now the fun thing about having pencils is the fact that we can blend darker colours into them. I haven't got to worry about using a totally different colour on this. I can actually, let's go for a really random colour. So let's go for blue. Let's go for a blue. So let's decide that we want to add some sort of tonal blues into this centre. Look how amazing we can then make that look. I mean, it really does just give that real definition with adding those pencils. But because I'm using pencils, I can go in with a totally different colour and totally transform the look of my flower.
It does transform it, doesn't it? It gives it sort of, it gives it depth almost, doesn't it?
It gives it depth, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. It's just an amazing way. If ever you've used your markers, just go over them with even just the smallest piece of pencil work. Really does highlight it. It's making it look like a pansy now, isn't it, these flower? So just by doing that, but
Doesn't
then
look like
let's
a
go
pansy,
in with
yeah.
something
Aren't pansies
else.
edible?
You what, sorry?
Pansies are edible, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They are an
Oh.
edible flower, yes. Let's go in with this sort of brown colour and just add some tips onto here as well. So just creating that shading round the edges there. And you really can totally transform your flower just by adding that extra depth.
A bell ringing at 3 a.m. best be a fire alarm, says Fred. There you are. Well, I'd rather it not be a fire alarm. I don't like the thought of your fire alarm going off, Fred. Marion says, oh, Debbie, I'm so inspired. Now I can use my pencils more. Thank you.
Absolutely,
Woohoo,
yes.
she says at the end there.
And I think we do forget about our pencils. They are something that get left behind. You were saying that earlier, weren't you, Joe? That they are the thing that you don't really
So
think about
underrated.
using. They certainly are. But can you see, like by bringing these in, look how much we're making that a 3D flower.
You need a rotating design board, people in the comments are saying, Debbie.
I do, yes, I do.
You do? I slapped you on the wrist. Why have you not got one?
Well, I have got one. You'll laugh though, Joe. Do you know what I use mine for?
Oh, not to put your Chinese takeaway on.
No.
Well, it's like a lazy Susan, isn't it?
It is like
Why
a
is
lazy
Susan called Susan? It is. Do you reckon there was a really lazy woman called Susan that invented it because she didn't want to get up and reach over for
good
the
question.
other food on the other side of the table? Let me know in the comments if you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you use yours for?
To play Scrabble.
Debbie, that's hilarious. That's really good.
I know, because you never get the ball where you want it to look at the words. So,
Yeah, so you just spin it round.
I play Scrabble. I play Scrabble with my partner. Yeah, quite a lot. So, and it's brilliant. We clip it on there and just turn it round where we want it. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Sounds fabulous.
Yeah, it's really good. So that's what I use mine for. But I do keep leaving it there and not having it in my bag. So I do love it.
Yes, what do you use yours for? Let me know. Eleanor saying, I was so appreciative to have won the whole new set of classics on the last birthday week. I love using them all. Marion says, I've just saved this show, a rewatch for sure. And Laura saying, I definitely needed this pencil refresher. So thank you, Debbie.
Yeah, so there you
Love
can
that.
see, by just adding that to, adding the pencils, we've created such an in-depth flower there. I mean, it's added lots of depth, lots of texture, and they just work amazingly well. But having that red in those leaves really looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Does look fantastic. 2124 or 2970 if you want to enhance your alcohol crafting, take it to the next level. You can use them with your alcohol markers, you can use them without your alcohol markers. It is totally up to you. You will get great results however you choose to use them. 2124, 2970. If you want to place an order and still watch at the same time, it's very easy. Here's me to tell you how. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Cannot wait for the barbers to open again. Every time I see that piece of video, I'm like, I need a haircut so bad. Got the lockdown look going on, Debbie. Kay says, yes, that rotating design board is a game changer. Absolutely love mine. Tony Fox says, can you use any of the pencils? I have the watercolour ones. You wouldn't use the watercolour ones with the alcohol markers, I'm guessing, would you, Debbie?
No. No, not at all. They're for watercoloured, so if you do that, you'll just end up covering. What the wax pencils do, they just add that layer of depth on top. But if you watercolour, you're just washing it out, really, so there's not really a lot of point in it.
Yeah, so you would want to use those standalone, really, the watercolour ones. Cases, I love using my design board. When stenciling, the clamp holds the stencil firmly. There's so many great uses for those rotating boards. We even talked about using it like a turntable, you know, to put your Gemini on, so you could just spin it round.
I've done that as well.
You've used it for that as well?
Yep,
I mean, what have you not used yours for, Debbie?
Probably colouring.
Sorry?
That's not true, I have used it for colouring. I said probably colouring.
Oh, okay, you've used it for colouring. But you've not put your takeaway on it as of yet. I've given you that idea now.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Pass the soup. Spin it round, that is. Right, it's getting very, very busy. The Spectrum Noir 3-piece sparkle liquid ink collection with the drawing gum as well. £16.98 or £25.94 is your price. So what you're getting in there is you're getting the sparkle ink, which is awesome. You're getting the, well, it's a Christmas one. It's called Christmas. I don't think it's Christmassy whatsoever. Well, it is Christmassy, but is it Christmassy? Do you know what? I'm going to say it's not Christmassy. I don't look at that and I don't see Christmas at all. Do you, Debbie?
No, not at all. It's called Cool Christmas, so I think contemporary Christmas.
Pink, purple and blue.
Exactly. Glitz and glamour.
Absolutely. You need to be a glamazon at Christmas and all the year through as well. But you get that. You get 15 sheets of the watercolour card and you get the Pebeo drawing gum masking fluid as well. You get that for free, which is absolutely awesome. $16.98 or $25.94. Platinum members are $13.58. Well, the liquid ink should be £13 at full price on their own. So you've got a really, really awesome deal, however you look at it. And also, I think it's fair to say, we spoke about it earlier, Debbie, didn't we, that the jar's probably a bit more versatile than the pens here, Debbie. Yeah,
so much so. You get so much in the jars. I can't remember how many you get, but I think it's something like 6 to 8 pens worth in a jar. So you're getting lots in these. These are gorgeous little pots. When you take these out, you can see at the bottom there, Joe, it's quite opaque. It means the glitter has gone to the bottom. Now there's a ball bearing in there, so you can sort of hear that. If I spin that round, can you see it's starting to break up that opaqueness? So what it is we then just keep going with all of them. So I'm going to pop them all in, give them all a bit of a shake. I'm spinning it rather than shaking it because when you shake something, it creates bubbles.
Senora, shake your body round. Bum, 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 ba, da, ba, 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 da, ba, da.
Well, yeah,
I don't know where that came from. It's when I'm here, you always end up singing and dancing, don't I?
Absolutely. So I'm going to stamp this same flower because it's still on my stamping platform. So let's just stamp that down. This time I'm switching my ink. So I've got my flagstone in the waterproof dye because I know that because it's waterproof and it says that, it's going to take my, my sparkle inks perfectly. So we're going to stamp this one down, pop it the right way. Stamp that onto our, and I'm using watercolour cardstock this time.
Lovely, clean, clear, crisp print.
Away. Yes, absolutely. So we've got our main design here. Now, what I am going to do, Joe, is bring in this drawing gum. It is absolutely amazing. It's one of those items, until you get it, you don't realise just how brilliant it is. And I can't believe that it's a freebie. It's just, that seems amazing, because what this does, now there's lots of different types on the market, but what this one is not only is it blue, so you can see, oh, we've got a little bit of stringy bit going on there. Let me just take that out.
A little bit of stringy bit. Ooh. Stringy
bit, yeah, stringy bit. It's a thing, a stringy bit, I'm sure, Joe.
Oh yeah, take the time.
It's just where it's dried around the lid, that's all that is. But what it is, it's a gum that dries really quickly. So it means, and it's also water-based, so you can rinse this out in your water pot and your brush would be good as new.
Awesome.
So I'm going to use this just to go over my card here. So you don't need a lot. All you need to see is that it's covered in blue. Once you've got that blue laid down, you don't need to really put any more on there. Just going to take.
Marilyn says, Joe, I would love to go to a party with you. Such fun it would be. And she does 2 little dancing emojis in there as well. I'd love for you to come to a party with me. But Marilyn, no one's going to any party. We're not going to any parties at the moment, are we? Hopefully soon we'll be able to get. We'll be able to dance. I haven't had a dance for like a year, Debbie.
I know, we keep planning, don't we, Joe? We keep saying we're going to do this, we're going on holiday, we're going on to nightclubs, we're going to concerts.
We've got all the things planned, we just need everything to hurry up and get back to normal, please, and we can do it. And then Amy, our social media superstar, she said she wants to come too to the same party. Hopefully we'll all be able to get a big party together soon. I mean, we gave up on the idea of the craft cruise, didn't we? Because I think we were just torturing ourselves with that. We're going to have to leave that a little bit longer. Is there a disco at Craftaganza, Debbie? Is there usually a disco at Craftaganza?
A disco?
Yeah, do they have like dancing at Craftaganza?
Actually, we've never had that, Joe.
You don't have a disco?
How have we not done that before? Yes, we need to
change that, Debbie.
We need to change that. Why have I never thought of that before, Joe?
Disco.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Crafty karaoke, crafty-oke.
We do games and we do we're the entertainment basically, Joe. Okay. So yeah, we've been the sort of the laughs. Yeah, okay. We've been the ones. We've done gargling with water to tunes and all sorts of things. Oh. So yeah, we've done lots of party tricks. I just want to do something else. So George has just reminded me. What I'm going to do is George is our producer, so she just reminded me of something I said earlier. But what I'm going to do is flick some of this.
Oh, you see? Splushing it.
Yeah, just flicking it on. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do no more to that. So just stay in there. What I do need to do is I just need, some of that won't dry because of the splatters. Although I've done quite small splatters, I am just going to bring in, bring in my heat gun. But what this is, Joe, it's like a plastic that forms and it's waterproof. Okay. So it means wherever I put my paints, so I'm just going to dry this.
Like an umbrella for your stamping.
What, sorry?
Like a little umbrella for your stamping.
Yes, absolutely. That's a good way to look at it. So I would normally let this dry naturally, but just for quickness, because I don't want to heat it, because it is like a plastic film. If you heat it too much, it would just embed itself into your cardstock, and you don't want to do that. So some of this won't have taken, but I'm not going to worry too much because you'll just see that it's for demo purposes. So I can see some of these maybe big blobs. If I just pat them down, that will just dry them a little bit quickly. Then I'm going to bring in my ink pots here and just give them a little shake, and then we're going to just open the tops of them, and each one we're going to paint. Now bearing in mind these are quite bright colours, Joe, but don't be afraid, just got my ink all over me. I'm going to go straight in. So first of all, we're going to start off with our lightest colour, and I'm just going to go straight in with this one and go over our image. So just using that to go over, and I'm not worrying about, I've gone into blue, but never mind, we're going to blue and pink. Ooh. Let's do that instead this time, Joe. So I would normally have gone from the purple into the blue, but works the same with me. And then we're going to go straight in and add that beautiful,
now, are you being naughty dipping it in each pot? Or?
Well, not really, Joe, because I'm more or less putting down what I've got on the brush onto the cardstock. So it's very little I'm dipping back in. And because of the darkness of my of the ink that's going in, it's not going to contaminate at all.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm just going to, yeah, you could have pulled me up there on air, Joe, and I could have got in trouble, but I won't because it doesn't contaminate. So pop in the lids back on there, and then I'm just going to give that another little blast just to dry that off. And as it dries, Joe, you'll be able to see the sparkle will come through even more. But you can see those little splashes that we've got around there.
I'm loving it. I think it looks absolutely awesome. Teresa says, I love cruising and travelling. How I miss it. Deborah says, no, I have not given up on the craft cruise. It would be wonderful. Maybe, I think it will happen one day, you know. I think if I moan and nag and whinge for long enough about it, it might happen and come true. Isn't that what life is about?
Oh,
like if you say things for long enough, it becomes true. You know, I think it's like, you know, positive is manifesting, isn't it? Positive manifestation. That's what I'm doing for a craft cruise. I actually look like I'm in a little porthole here, don't I? Look, I could be on my little, my ship.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that, doing a crafty road show
trip. I
across
know
America.
we've talked about this.
It is really, I think we're pushing boundaries, aren't we, really?
I think we're trying our luck.
I think we're absolutely trying our luck.
We're taking the mick. I think we're going to get told off.
So what I am going to do, so you would leave this to dry much better than what I had, Joe. But what you then do is just take your finger, and bearing in mind my fingers are dirty, they're all inky. You would just rub off all your Pebeo. So can you see, we're then bringing through that white, and it rubs away really well.
Fabulous.
So this is still a bit wet on top, but what it's doing is it's taking off. Let me try and take some of the ink off the top there, because without it drying, I'll use a cleaner finger.
So is it because the ink is still wet that's over the gum?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so I should have just left it to dry a bit longer, but obviously for demo purposes, but you can still see. And then if we go over here, can you see all these bits here, Joe?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I could have done a bit more, actually.
It's different to the flow bleaching because it's more clear, it's
white.
more distinctive,
yes.
It's bolder.
So I can still, you can feel it.
Like an old photo that's become a bit sun damaged is kind of what it reminds me of.
There we go. So that gives us our beautiful, and look how much it pops, Joe. I mean, that's amazing. So you're getting that shimmer background, and then you can go in and actually show that, paint that if you want to, but the fact that you've got that whiteness underneath popping completely out, and it's just a really nice way of being able to mask it. So this Pebeo, the fact that we're getting that for nothing is amazing.
Is absolutely brilliant value for money. It really is. $16.90 out of $25.94 if you want to go for those. We're going to go back to the water reactive ink pads because they are absolutely fantastic value for money. Remember what you're getting here in this water reactive ink pad collection. You've got the straw bale in there. You've also got the crushed velvet and the spar blue. You're then getting the blending tool included as well. £11.98 is what you're going to pay as a platinum member, or $16.68 if you are in the US. What is a water reactive ink pad, Debbie? How am I going to use it?
Oh yes, that's an exciting question. So water reactive means just that. It means it reacts with water. So it means not only can you use these to blend with, so we're going to show that exactly, but you can also paint with them as well, which is quite incredible. So I'm just going to quickly, I was going to change my stamp, but I know we're running out of time. I'm going to switch over and take out my waterproof dye. So it means when I'm using my ink pads and I'm using water, it's going to be protected. So we'll just quickly stamp this out and then show exactly what the ink pads can do. Now what I love about this, Joe, is these three that we've chosen are great colours. Now you wouldn't think these colours work together, but they work absolutely amazing together. You can blend them, you can paint with them. I would say always start off with your lightest colour. So I'm going to lay down my straw bale. So it's a beautiful sort of really light lemony colour. And we're just going to keep dabbing in. So what's nice about this, a little bit like the effect with the Pebeo, we can add water to this and it will suck that water up and give us really nice backgrounds. So our faux bleaching techniques we can do with this, our painting we can do with this, our glitter, so we get the clear sparkle pen. We can use, in fact, I think we'll do that, Joe. I think I have a marker at hand. So anyone that's got a clear sparkle, I'm just going to pop, oh, wrong lid. Let me pop the right lids on. I'll soon get told off if I, put the wrong lids on. And then bringing in our spar blue.
Tracy, it'll be that, or she'll be onto you. And I love how they blend together to form new colours. That's the bit that mesmerises me. How can one colour and another colour make a new colour? Now, I know that sounds silly, but I mean, in an ink pad, they are two separate colours. You're blending them on the page and you're getting and creating a brand new colour.
Yeah,
I think that is absolutely remarkable, don't you?
Yeah, really. I mean, it is quite amazing. And the fact is, it's just that they're really blendable colours. So they blend lovely. So blending that in, and then I'm going to bring in my purple.
Yvonne says we should all come to Wisconsin in January when it's 30 below zero and we can sit by a roaring fire, drink hot chocolate and craft. I'd rather go in the summer when it's 30 above zero rather than 30 below zero, Yvonne. I'm not going to lie. I've got a chill at the thought.
Yeah, that's maybe lovely offer. We appreciate the offers.
Oh, lovely offer, thank you. Maybe in the summer. That's tickled them in the gallery. They're off in there.
Yeah, you did make it sound really nice.
I hope I didn't come across as ungrateful there, Yvonne. I mean, it's very, very cold here in the northeast, and it's like -1, and the thought of it being 30 times colder than it is now, it just doesn't bear thinking about.
That's really tickled.
It's been a very long day. It was my travel update today, okay? Be nice to me. What stamp are you using? Asks Aisha.
I'm not sure if I've got the packet. I'm just looking.
I reckon one of our very eagle-eyed crafters will be able to recognise it, and identify it for us.
I think it's called You Brighten My Day. I think this is the packet that goes towards it.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, you should be able to find them on the web.
You brighten my day, Debbie. You really do.
Oh, thank you, Joe. You brighten mine as well. Aww. You certainly do with those comments anyway.
Thank you. I put my... Sharon says, I put my pots of sparkling into a mini sprayer.
Yes.
Love the look on my cards, just giving a spritz over. Great idea.
Yeah, really nice idea. But you can see here, Joe, what I'm doing is I'm taking water to my ink pad that I've just padded onto my glass mat, and we can then paint with them as well. So that's quite incredible that from an ink pad, we can then use them as paints.
Brilliant.
Which looks
I love
amazing. And then I can take it in and add a little bit of darker ink. Just through here.
They've gone in the gallery. It's tickled them.
I know, it's really tickled them.
The fact that I don't want to go to Wisconsin in January has really, really, really tickled them. -30 is so cold. Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit, Yvonne?
Yeah, that is really
Yeah, I'm
cold.
definitely a summer person. Some people love the winter, don't they? Some
I'm
people love the summer.
a summer person.
I'm a summer person.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm totally a summer person. So yeah, these are the things we could do, Joe. And then if we want to sort of flick water on it, what this will do, these are still water reactive, and the water will react to all these colours. So I'm just flicking quite a bit of water on here, and we're going to create just an amazing background. Now, the longer you leave the water on, the more that the colour will be sucked up. But can you see all this mottling effect that we're getting on here? It looks amazing. So if I just pop that over the top, look at that, we get that beautiful background there and that gorgeous painted flower.
Georgina's watching back me saying I didn't want to go to Wisconsin. It's obviously tickled her. It looks absolutely gorgeous, Debbie. Thank you for that. And actually, thank you for all of the demonstrations and all of the inspiration that you've shared with us today. It's been an absolutely awesome day together. And you're going to be back with us next week, aren't you?
Yeah, back on Wednesday, Joe. Me and you back together again, Wednesday and Thursday. So we've got some jam-packed shows, lots of things coming up to inspire us. So, but yeah, that's next week. And in fact, we've got loads to watch from now till then.
We absolutely have indeed. Yes, there's going to be loads happening over the rest of this week. I'll be with you all the way up until the end of Friday. There's a launch party tomorrow, and it's a soft crafts launch party as well. I've also got a launch day. No, I've got that the wrong way around. I've got a launch day soft crafts with Lizzie, with those brand new Sarah fabrics that she's designed for Riley Blake. I've got a launch party with Sarah. I've got a craft vault with Sarah and a craft vault with Craig. What a fabulous mixed bag I have got. I hope you've enjoyed today. I certainly have. Thank you. I must say a big special thanks again to Joy. Wasn't she an absolute joy in our earlier Monday Makers show? So lovely. I've had such a brilliant day. I've really felt the love. I'm going to go home, have some dinner and a nice big sleep and come back and join you tomorrow. Debbie, a massive thanks to you as always. Thanks to the team next door as well in the gallery. George Squared. They'll be back with us tomorrow as well. But the biggest thanks, of course, to each and every one of you guys at home. And thanks to Tracy. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. How about that? Take care.